Good Sunday morning. It is, what, 6:20 or something out here? This is probably earlier than I've ever done a live stream. But I haven't gone to bed yet. I actually did a ton of videos. Let's try to get out of that light. It kind of gives me an ominous look here. I actually did a ton of videos that I had scheduled out. So for the next six weeks, I have a bunch of videos done. Yeah, it is a bit early, Corey. What the heck are you doing up this early, man? Tell me about it. I was just talking about that. Man, you're a trooper for coming out here. It is so early. I was just saying I haven't gone to bed yet here. What is working in sprints? Skull Factor, I'm going to tell you all about it because I just had a major sprint this entire night, or the past night. I was actually at the same Starbucks, right? And just taking a break, I got all 6 videos produced, edited, and now they're uploaded, as well as all the Photoshop, the thumbnails done. And you know, I could have done this at a different time. East Coast, it's 8:22 a.m., but here I do wake up 5 p.m. each morning. That's crazy. I was up early procrastinating, learning. Jenna Creates says. So basically, just working in intense, focused bursts of time. For me, it was all about yesterday. Now I can solely focus on, where's the camera right here? Now I can solely focus on this React portfolio. I really wanted to get it done, but I have this exciting new content, and for me it's exciting. I'm sure you guys will like it. It's a lot more bingeable than some of my other stuff. So I'm excited to share it. I think the first one will go live on Wednesday, but I have to get approval on that, so I'll keep you informed. You find that you're much more productive. Like, man, you guys are totally opposite of me. I'm not a morning person. Wake up at 7 and hurry to work by 8, and I stay up usually till midnight, 12:30, or all night. So it's nice to see you guys here. I totally wasn't with it. I'm pretty good, Skill Factor. Thanks for asking, and you're welcome. Skill Factor says thanks for letting me know. Well, I just had some insomnia. You just started waking up at 5:30, Jenna says. You get used to it, yeah. I love you too, bro. I love you too, Skillful. I love you too, Skill09. I try to do these names all the way, but sometimes I can't get them. So got those videos done. I can focus on my React app after I probably take a nap, maybe a 3 or 4 hour nap. But it was worth it to get those sprints done. Just say Skill, it's all good. All right, Skill, I gotcha. How did everyone else's day go? Since I know some of you were here yesterday even, so thanks for coming by. Working in sprints can be extremely beneficial, I've found, but it depends on what it is. Like with this React portfolio, I wish I could have done the entire thing. Sprints, there's like design sprints and stuff. For me, I'm talking about my own style of sprints, which is doing things in controlled and intense focus time. So I shot all my videos, for the most part, for this video series yesterday. Are you staying at Starbucks right now, Corey says. Do they stay open all night? They do not stay open all night here. They open up at 6 o'clock. I was here right at 6 o'clock because I was like, it's 4 o'clock, I can't go to bed. I was, I did everything I could, laid in bed, took a shower, tried to watch a movie, and I just couldn't. So I got up and finished the last video. It was on my mind, and then just thought, well, heck, I'll just come here and shoot my live stream, get it out of the way so I can focus on my React portfolio. Yeah, sprints is used in high-level based companies. Shadi says, I'm sorry, but what is working in sprints? So I was just telling everyone this. For me, I'm talking about my personal sprint of having intense focus with something. For quick bursts. So I did it all day yesterday, and I kind of organized my work. I'm talking specifically about the videos that I've done. I kind of batched the work up. So it's like on Friday I did all my I produced all my videos. I could do one right after the other. I had the setup done, and it saves me a lot of time. And then today or rather yesterday, I haven't gone to bed, if you didn't know, what I did was batch all my work up with thumbnails. I made a thumbnail template, and then I went ahead and did all those. And then I edited all the videos all at once. And then overnight, I was supposed to sleep, which I didn't, and I uploaded all the videos all at once, you know, in batches. Yeah, it's a pain, Skill says, but it's a pain. Yeah, it's painful Did you have many bugs when you did your sprint coding wise? That's the thing. With code, it's a little bit different for me. You have to be a lot more methodical, depending on what it is, of course. But for me, I have to be more methodical and have a good night's sleep. And Shoddy says, "Oh, that's a good approach if you can get used to it." Yes, but I don't do it all the time. That's why it's called like a sprint, right? So I don't do it like 24/7. But like yesterday, I just said, you know what? Let's just get these videos out. Let's get these series made and produced and scheduled. So I have that new video content for the next 6 weeks, which is awesome. I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, did I lose some sleep? Yeah. Right now, though, I have the time, so I'm trying to make the best use of my time. And granted, I could have gone to bed, but I couldn't go to bed. I just needed to get it all done at once, and it was much easier. Skill says, yeah, it's hard to find time because there's so much to do. Absolutely, man. With code, I have to be clear and focused. But sometimes you can do it, like the architecture, or if you've done things over and over and again, like say you have a bunch of clients lined up that you need to do web pages for, you can do that all at once if you're up to it. But sometimes if it's a huge like website project, maybe not. Sorry for typos using phone. Hey, I'm using the phone too, man. I don't mind the typos. Skill said sorry for using typos. I was supposed to have my tripod and my camera, but I just got up and I forgot my stuff. So my phone always helps me out here. What are you guys planning to do? Do you guys ever work in sprints? Let me know how you guys actually handle this. To be honest, it seems like I get a lot more interaction when I get the phone out, which is kind of weird. But I can't share my screens or change screens. I can pretend like, okay, let's pan over here. New look. It's very late outside. Shoddy says, can I ask if you use class properties in React? Yes, I do. Class name. I am sorry if it's off topic. No, that's what Q&A is for, so we can do both. I ran sprints in high school. I ran sprints too. I also did the mile and then 5:29 in junior high, and I can't do it anymore, Corey. 13 years old. That was my peak. Yeah, I did it with my first portfolio. Yeah, sometimes you just have to, especially if you got a weekend and and that's when you have the most time, just sitting down and doing it all at once. I did that with learning too. When I had to learn like a whole new thing, like say React, just sit down and learn as much about that as possible. Planet Sim, I don't think I've seen you here, so nice to have you. Planet Sim says, did you ever realize that the apple is just a flower? Well, I wish I had some filters on here, but no, I did not. I never realized that. Plus, Skill says, plus I'm tired. Have you done any dashboards by chance? If you do so, do you use React? I've done Jet dashboards, but they're not really like data heavy. Like, okay, well, here's all this API stuff. Jenna says, I did it in 8 hours, stayed up all night. 8 hours is really fast, for me anyway. But sometimes you just got to get it out, right? Especially with these one-pagers, where I typically do like 5 pages. But with this React portfolio project, another thing, and I'm sure I've told you this before, but another thing is that I have to make sure it's done right, and I have to be able to record it, and it also has to look nice on top of making it work. So that can be a challenge. Planet Sim says, it's amazing, it just takes... Man, I gotta get you off of here, Planet Sim. If I could only figure out how to... let's see. I gotta remove you here. Sorry, man. Skillful says, what did you use when you did dashboards? Example projects, can you direct me? Yeah. What I used was actually... just a lot of SAS, jQuery for a few things. So that's what I did. But everyone's different, you know. Every project is different. Sometimes it was just to display specific data from like a from yeah, Corey. I see what Corey's talking about. Corey's talking about the trolls. I haven't had a troll in a while, so must be doing something right? I shared this on my Facebook page, so I'm thinking it's someone from Facebook. What was I trying to say here? Dashboard stuff. It's just stuff from work. A lot of Google Map stuff, but that's not really dashboard. That's more like a Google map. So that's what I've used. Skill says, this may sound dumb. Is Chart.js used for dashboards? It could be. What, D3? D3 could be used for that. But like I've said, I haven't had to do a lot of that. Not myself, no. So maybe I'm not the right guy to ask, but I'll give you my opinion if you ask for it. What's everyone got going on today? Where is everyone coming in from? That's what I'd like to know. For those of you who who are here that are new, Skill says, yeah, I'm looking for charts and such, trying to figure it out. Corey recommends D3.js. I do too. I've seen a few things. Syria, nice. I don't think I've had someone at least say that they're from Syria on a live stream. But I get some new people when I do different times, and I've never ever done this early. Hey, Skillful, appreciate the love, man, or lady. I don't know which one you are, actually. Sorry. Jenna says, I'm going to learn Terminal. Oh, that's right. We talked about that yesterday. It's weird because it feels like the same day to me. Git and some JS today. If I could show you. I had a Git course, but I'll send it to you later, Jenna, in a message, if you know what I mean, about the Git course that I used that helped on Udemy. Shoddy says, I'm the only survivor here. That's some dark humor. My pleasure, Skillful. I'm glad I could help. Okay, thank you. Yeah, definitely. It helped me a lot. There's a Git book. I also have a video, actually. I think that has all that stuff too, Jenna, if you want to check that out with all the Git resources. So I would definitely do that too. It's somewhere in the plethora of videos. I'm about to hit my 150 video. I will, actually. I've already produced them and scheduled them out, so that will be exciting. Yeah. Skillful, thanks, Corey. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate all that. Man, I don't know how you guys get up so early. Well, I'm up by like 8, so that's a lie. So, taking a crash course with Traversy, can't go wrong there on Git. Jenna says she's taking a crash course. I'm curious as to have you guys ever gone in like a hard, intense, focused sprint to learn something, and if so, what was it? Nice haircut. I think it's the same, dude. It's just like this lighting, but maybe you're right. I shave my head all the time because it's bald, so I appreciate the words of encouragement here. Chart.js is a simplified version of D3. You can use that too, but there are limitations. There are almost no limitations with D3, so definitely learn that. It's like, why not if it's based on that, So, Sadi says, I think Git and GitHub are the best innovations after Fire. Do you mean like Firebase or literal fire? The best innovation since literal fire. Yeah, I mean, Git and GitHub are sweet. To be honest, I pretty much only have to use GitHub to pull repositories down, clone them, or post my work up. But hey, Skillful, this is what Q&A is about. So if you haven't been here, ask as many questions as you want. Definitely do that. That helps me. That helps the channel. And if you guys do like this content, as always, give me some of these likes up here. I do appreciate it. Again, it helps my channel grow. If you're new and you haven't subscribe, or consider subscribing, I should say, and sharing this with someone you know. Got to do my whole spiel. Thanks for the 1 thumb up, whoever did that. Appreciate it. It does work. Sometimes I have to do that. Shoddy says, here is very useful because we cannot purchase domains, so I put my code there. Oh yeah, absolutely. And put them in a resume. Well, there is another thing, Shoddy. What is that free thing that's easy to post statically? I don't have my laptop here. What's up, David? Thanks for the thumbs. Nice to see you here. Skill says, so what did you find is your best way of learning React on retraining info? I just did whatever I could find on React, and some of it wasn't good. I got some books. That was a mistake. The books were like using like create React class. I don't do that. Use a class name, use the new way to do React, and I just took every Udacity course I could find, a YouTube course, because I was in the Udacity Now degree program, Udemy course, a Pluralsight. So it was very confusing because I was a newbie. I still am a newbie, but like way newbie, I didn't know a ton about actual programming, about importing, about ES6. So those were the most important things: algorithms and ES6. If you have those down, React will be much easier. If you don't, it's going to be hard for you. So yeah. Skillful says, well, yeah, but when you're doing the course, how do you stick to the info? How do you stick to it? You don't. It falls out all the time. But you come back to it. I just do a bunch of different courses because, I mean, I can afford them. They're cheap for me. And just a bunch of different YouTube channels or YouTube videos. And I just do them all because they all have something unique, right? They have their unique twist. And all the main things are going to stay there, and eventually you'll learn the best practices and learn something new every time. Shadi says, I'm having nightmares with Redux. Tell me about it. That was hard, but React I found very useful and awesome. Tyler McGinnis just did a new Redux course, and he actually called me. We called on the phone, on this phone, and talked about what I found with the courses and what courses best helped me, and then made his course. He took that info and rolled it into his course. I won't say he made that course specifically because of what I asked, but he did take that into consideration. So check it out on tylermcginnis.com. Let's see. Jenna says, best way is to apply what you learn right away by building projects. I agree with that. I've done a ton of learning and never did the project. I'm like, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. And to some extent, that's true. When you're like doing full stack development with Express and React, it's very hard to do that because you don't have the foundation. But most of the time, I was kind of trying to be a baby, just live in that the tutorial heaven, I think is a real hard candy called it. AbC says, I bought Andrew Mead's course, pretty useful halfway through. So there are some great suggestions from others about the React. Have you all watched my React portfolio series? I need to get it off the ground. It takes so long. Yes, tutorial heaven, Jenna says. Now for me, I find it as tutorial hell because I have so much like of a foundation. Just okay, I know how to do this. I really know I'm just being a big baby, and I need to take all the skills that I know and actually make something. Corey says, I would highly recommend Andrew Mead. I would not recommend Tyler McGinnis. We've had our differences on this, but I'm glad you're here to let me know. He literally flies through instruction. That is true. Not very useful. Tyler can go a little bit too fast sometimes, but he is getting better. I think the Redux course really shows that. But yeah, I'll agree with you on that. Like, you have to like stop, go, stop, go, stop, and sometimes useful things are cut out, or it's not clear that are you supposed to watch this part and just kind of absorb it, or are you supposed to do this part sometimes. So definitely good points. Jenna says, I've been stuck in tutorial heaven a lot. I was stuck in tutorial heaven like all of last year. Just part of what I had to do. It didn't take me too long to learn React. It just took me that long to become an actual programmer rather than just HTML, CSS, a little bit of jQuery manipulation. This is neat. So, Shadi says, yeah, I'm taking Andrew Mead's course for React, and the man is great. I like him too. I think he's a little bit too fast. But, I mean, compared to Tyler Mead, I guess that's not fair. I just like Tyler. I just like all of them, because they all have something different to contribute. But what Tyler helped me out with was basic React and ES6 with React. Oh, man, that really brought it together, and that's why I love Tyler's courses. What about Node.js, Node Express? Any good places to learn it updated? Yes. Tony Alicia's Node.js course, we talked about this on the last live stream. I don't have it here, but it's a Udemy course. Definitely check it out. It is great. I love that course. It's anything by Tony Alicia is straight fire. Definitely give it a shot. He also has a JavaScript the Weird Parts course, which is also great. 11 people here this morning. Awesome. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate you here. David says, hell, I'm still stuck sore in tutorial heaven. It happens a lot. How do you spell it? How do you spell what, Skill? I'd be happy to do that. Happy Channel Crazy Cool Guy. Hi, that is quite a name, Happy Channel Crazy Cool Guy. Thanks for coming by. I haven't seen you here, so I appreciate you coming. Jenna says, agreed. I'm taking the JS's weird parts. It's awesome. It can be confusing, but the more you learn about JavaScript, the more it makes sense. So if you don't get that stuff from the course, go somewhere else and come back. You'll be glad you did. Stephen Grider, Corey says, Stephen Grider just came out with an advanced Node course on Udemy. I have not taken it yet, neither have I. I should, but there are just so many courses to take. I have still his React Native course that I haven't done. The course which takes me to the next level is JavaScript, understanding the weird parts. Yeah, if you don't know JavaScript too well, take that course. It's sweet. Skillful says the name of that person. Icaro, Maximilian have also course. Yes, I took Maximilian's course. For the most part, it's really great. Everyone has, you know, something that you don't like about them. I got kind of stuck in one part, and I didn't like that. But Maximilian overall is great. I've used his stuff to help me build real stuff at work. He's a good guy. Let's see. AbC says, I soon want to start freelancing as a backend dev with Node Mongo. Anybody want to join? That Node.js person you said. Oh. Okay. I see what you're saying, Skill. That is Tony Alicia or Anthony Alicia. Just look up JavaScript, the weird parts. You'll find it. Oh, how you have time? Most of the time I don't. And the past 2.5 weeks or so, I have not had a lot of time. But I've made sacrifices. Going to bed late every night. Trying to take every opportunity I can to take a course or do some work. Like this week I have a lot of time, and I'm just kind of booking it, you know, doing that sprint because I can. It's the best use of my time, even though preferably you do it every day in small chunks. That's not how it works all the time. Are you the pop star professor? I don't know what that means. Happy channel, crazy cool guy. I'm gonna say no. I'm not the pop star professor, but I am a developer and I have a YouTube channel. Man, yeah. Any other questions? Has anyone taken those courses with Anthony or Alicia? I know Jenna has, so if you have any more information on that, let us know so we can help everyone else out in the chat. I gotta say, this just call me Happy Channel for short. Happy Channel. All right, Happy Channel. What about SACC? I'm going for it right now. You know, I don't know too much. It is hard. That's a certification? Is that correct? And who's it through? Let me know. What was I talking about? This YouTube thing, man. I'll tell you what. YouTube is SAS. Oh, SCSS is or S. Yeah, SAS. No, you're not an idiot there. Saudi just spelled it incorrectly. Hey, it happens to the best of us. I spell things incorrectly all the time. Full disclosure, I found out that my channel description had been wrong, written with misspelling, so it had been that way for months, like probably a year. So don't feel bad. It happens to the best of us. We learn from it, and we change it. Anyway, SAS is so important. SAS is the truth. I'm telling you, I don't code with anything else but SAS now, if I can avoid it. So it's a pre-compiler. That's what AbC is saying. It's great. So hey, everyone that's here that is new, I appreciate you being here. If you like this content, give me some of these likes. It helps me out with the channel, and it lets me know that I'm providing the content that you like. Do you like 21 Pilots? I guess no. I don't know. Happy channel. SAS is awesome. Likes for SAS. I'm gonna get you guys to give all the likes. If you like SAS, leave a like up on my channel. okay. I'll stop hamming it up here. Have you watched the Pink Panther? I mean, when I was a kid, I did. I watched the Pink Panther. I was saying something about YouTube. Thanks, Icaro. Thanks for keeping me on track. Man, it is a struggle. I'll tell you that. It's kind of weird because it plays into your developer, your career, for me anyway, and it's one of those portfolio pieces, but at the same time it takes up so much time that man, I sometimes think I could be an even better developer if I didn't do this, but I'm glad I do. I'm glad that you guys come here. It gives me strength because I don't have anyone to talk about with these things, and it gives me encouragement. It is also fun. And it's a marketing piece. It's like a multiplier effect kind of thing. So I'm more well known than I ever would be if I didn't have a new YouTube channel. I can tell you that much for sure. So I just wanted to tell you guys that, let you know what I'm feeling right now. It's been a little bit rough these past couple of weeks, but I'm glad to get back on the horse and have some time to catch up. Has anyone here thought about starting a YouTube channel or a blog? Let me know and let's talk about it. Did you complete Audacity? It's actually Udacity, but that's okay, Absi. Did you complete Udacity React course? I did not. My last video, I put the React failure video, and most of it was on my part. To be totally honest, I just was not ready. But at least I found out what I didn't know and what I needed to know to be a better developer. So I'm glad I did it. And talking more about that on the last video of the series. Jenna says, I find doing YouTube helps keep me motivated. Yeah, I believe that. I think so too. It kind of keeps me out of a rut. It's always like a struggle, though. I feel like it's a struggle. I'm only putting out 2 videos for the next six weeks, so I already have three videos a week lined up. The React portfolio, a live stream, and then some content that is a surprise. So Shadi says, programming channels are growing so much right now. We have stars like you. I wouldn't say I'm a star, but I do appreciate it. Fun Function, yes. D Red Dev and many. I'm loving that. Yeah, me too. Net Ninja, Traversing Media, Dylan Israel, all those. Can you call this number? I cannot call that number. Thanks, Happy Channel. But I can't call the number. Also, I'm on a live stream right now, but I do appreciate you giving me the number to call. David says, I thought of starting a YouTube channel specifically for transitioning military vets. Oh, that would be so fulfilling. I swear I was so unprepared when I separated the Army. Oh, dude, like, yeah, that's the thing is YouTube is a powerful thing. Content creation is such a powerful thing that extends beyond web development. Once you learn how to create content, you can really make an impact and really extend your reach. Just look at what we have here in the chat. 11 people, 10 people here, all from all over the world, and it's just something that I recommend everyone look into. And you don't have to have, always fancy production. I do sometimes, but sometimes we just do something like this off the phone. No big deal. Abjik C says, I found JavaScript easy at first, don't we all? And now it's getting difficult. Yeah, when you have to use it for like real projects. Is Node.js or Node Express newer? So Node.js is like a backend. It's like the backend in JavaScript that compiles down to C++. Express is on top of that, like a wrapper that helps wrap up a lot of redundant or laborsome code that you would have to write in Node. Kind of think of it like jQuery is to JavaScript. Happy Channel Cool Guy, can you tell me more about why you want me to call that phone number, and why you would put it up on this channel? Let me know. Shadi says, I'm coming from using Java for 3 years and found that JS is the most fun and challenging language I ever used. It's getting better, I promise. It's getting better with ES6. Yeah, it's funny. Well, I'll keep that in mind, Happy Channel. I'll go ahead and keep that in mind. Right now, I am literally on my phone recording this live stream, so I can't do that. Yeah, I think one of the most important things with being a developer or even like a YouTuber is consistency, and that is a hard thing for a lot of people. For me, luckily I get to do it every day at work, so even when I don't do it, it's okay. I'm not falling that far behind. However, I have been itching a bit because I haven't done any code since I started the React Portfolio series. That's not true. I did a few tutorials, but I haven't been able to do as much code. Skill says, sorry, my net cut out. So Node.js or Express much newer. All right, so again, with Node.js, it's like a backend written in JavaScript, written with JavaScript that compiles down to C++. And Express is on top of that, and it helps like wrap up a lot of redundant things that you would do in Node.js. So it's kind of like, I would say, kind of like jQuery is to JavaScript. It wraps up a lot of things, and you can use something that's easier. Shoddy says, I agree. I don't know if that's with Node or with consistency. Icaro says, I like your old videos when you did reviews. Hey, I'm sorry, man. I have done some comparison videos. Happy Channel says, what state do you live in? I live in Idaho. Any side hustles are you doing? Any startup ideas you are implementing? Side hustles, yes. That's what these videos are pertaining to. So I got that side hustle done all in one way. So yeah, that was my new side hustle. Got out of the way. Get this React portfolio done. That's the main thing that I'm really focusing on now. Skillful actor says, so Node.js is much more like jQuery and easier. So Node Express. It's just Express, and it sits on top of Node, like jQuery sits on top of JavaScript. So I don't know if it's easier. It just makes things easier, just like jQuery. You got to know the underlying stuff. It's more like an API than anything else, though, with Node. They go together. This tea that I got tastes like straight flowers. I've made a terrible mistake. AbC says, Andrew Mead's Node course, what's your take? I took it, it was okay, but the course I kept on coming back to is Anthony Alicia's course on it. Hey John, thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate you being here today, so early with us. Skillful Actor says, thanks, I'll try to find some stuff on Node.js and Express. I'm telling you, Tony Alicia's Node.js course is like, what, $12 right now. If you can afford it, I highly recommend it. It is worth that much money. Any directions? Well, I just gave you a few. Mern stack is the most popular stack now, I think. I haven't really looked too much into that. I just kind of made my stack. I was like, oh yeah, Mern, I'm going to use React, and I'll get Mern. For those of you who may not have heard of Mern, Mern stands for MongoDB, Express, React, and Node. And it's just basically a set of technologies used to make a full stack application. AbC says, sorry, which Node course? It is called just Node.js with Anthony Alicia, or Tony Alicia, Tony, and then his last name is Alicia, I think. I am going with Mern as well, Mr. John says. Yeah, I mean, Mern, it can, if you want to, you can transition to mean, so not too bad. Although if I was going to do it again, I would have done PHP, to be honest. But yeah, I really want to learn backend first before I learn a different language. Well, I'm so sorry. I'm done. No, Skillful Actor. Everyone else, don't be sorry about that. That's this is made for questions. The more questions we get, the more comments we get, the better my channel does. So even if you mess up, you recomment. I wouldn't recommend doing it, but it doesn't hurt the channel. It only helps the channel. So definitely don't feel sorry about that. I was thinking about D3S. Oh, I do write backend with PHP. Shadi says, please tell me no. The reason why is because it is definitely more in demand, at least in this area. So Corey says, I went with Firestore for my latest app. Do you mean Firebase? Which was a big mistake. There are a lot of limitations to Firestore. Oh, no, maybe you do mean Firestore database, and it's not built for social apps. Bummer, man. But you learn from it, and you did learn some backend stuff. That's what I always have to remind myself as well. Node.js and D3 are on the mind. Oh, Skillful is talking about, yeah, Node.js and D3 are very different. Node.js and Express are go together. Ricky, where are you? I hear Spanish music, at least what Spanish music is. I'll show you. Let me turn this camera around. This is the old Starbucks. It was the only place open at 5 or at 6 in the morning. I just had to get out, and I wanted to get this live stream done, so this is where I could come. Sorry about the Spanish music if it's a little bit loud. This is how we do it. My apologies. Shadi says, I did an Android app with Firebase. I think it's very cool, and it was a social media app. Dope. David says, yep. It's just the old Starbucks. Nothing special. Everyone has them. Darn it. Not at my typical place because they only open at 8. Jenna says, nice. I don't know what that's in relation to, but I appreciate it if it's towards me or to any of our subscribers here. Jeesh, you gotta keep it together. I have, you can definitely tell I haven't slept, huh? I'm all hyped up. I had a coffee at like 7 from this exact Starbucks at closing, and I could not get back to bed. So, a Skillful Actor says, What about Mern, but with MySQL? I've heard of that. So it's like MISC, Merc, instead of MongoDB. That's fine. It's just having a full stack is cool. I would do MySQL too if I was going to do it again, but I learned MongoDB, and I should really get good at that first and just implement a full stack application. Have you read the Bible? Are you regalis? I do not get into religious or political things here. I do appreciate the comment though, Happy Channel. But yeah, Merc is what Shoddy says it's called. Cool name, cool man, cool beans. I think we're gonna keep it to an hour today, so yeah, keep that in mind. If you have some questions, be sure to get them in. If any of that, you know, if you any question really that is not super ridiculous, I know you guys know better than that. Corey says, at Shoddy, if you begin to scale up, you will run into performance problems with Firebase RTD or Firestore. Then we have Skill Actor says, my company uses MySQL specifically, so yeah. Oh, whoa, sorry about that, guys. Dylan Israel just is going live, and I got the notification on the phone, so about gave me a heart attack there. Shoddy says, I think you might be right, but I did for my graduation project. Way to go, man. Way to go. Whew. Getting tired here. So we were talking about sprints earlier. I talked about that. We did some Q&A. Anything else? Anything else on anyone's mind? I talked a little bit about YouTube. I'm coming up on the 3,000 subscriber mark. I think I'm at 2,832 subscribers, unless you haven't subscribed, which you should totally think about doing. If you like this, and hit the notification button. Sorry, I'm a little bit more outgoing than usual, just because I'm feeling a little bit loopy from not sleeping so much. David says, what keeps you motivated to better yourself as a web developer? My family. My doing good for my family. It's you know, like a cop-out or a cliche, but it's totally true. If I didn't have a family to support, I would probably not be a web developer. But I love that I am, because it keeps my brain engaged. It's so creative. I'm lucky to do this for a living and support people on it. So, Happy Channel subscribe. Yes. Thank you, Happy Channel. Skillful says, I know what you mean. Ha ha ha. Shoddy says, what do you expect for my first job as a web developer? I'm going to apply soon. What do I must expect? Every place is different. That's what you gotta expect, Shoddy, is that every place is different. Some places you'll have access to everything. Other places they'll give you hardly anything to work with. I had the weird case of both at the same time. Hard to explain, but for me it's way different than a lot of people I've heard. But it's you gotta be prepared to just know that you don't know what's going on. So. Skillful Actor says, I'm the same way. When I'm so tired, I go crazy and laugh. Yeah. It kind of sounds like I've been hitting the shosh, if you know what I mean. But I've also been trying to open up more with you guys and be more personable. Rather than just, I am a robot who does web development. Oh, man. Give me just a moment here. My alarm just went off to get up in the morning. So you know, I am... yeah, I'm definitely up earlier. Do you watch iDubbbz? I think I've heard of iDubbbz before, but I'm not sure. You're cool, man. Keep up the hard work. See you later. See you later, Shoddy. Thanks for coming. Thanks for commenting. Skillful Actor says, what is reporting mechanisms and response mechanisms, if I may ask, in programming? Give me just a moment. And if anyone can answer that for him, please do, because you probably have a better idea than what I do. Ghost Note says, what is your interview process like at your first web development job? What was my first development interview process like? It was, can you do this? We see that you made a lot of websites, and then it's more all personality based. I talked to like the CTO, and he asked me what I did, and to walk through some of those Udacity projects and how I got them up. And they were like old projects too. I can't even remember how I did it, but they were up there, and I just talked about it pretty much, and that was it. That was all I did. No technical interview or anything like that. So that's how my interview was. I don't think that's going to be typical, but you never know. You never know. A very valid question. Appreciate it. 8 people here, 6 likes. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Appreciate those. Are any of you new subscribers? Let me know. And if so, what brought you into the channel? I'd like to know. I'd like to know where I'm at, where I'm standing. 7 likes. Hey, it really works. I just have to keep on telling you guys to like. So, not bad at all. This tea is terrible. This tea is horrible. But I didn't want to get coffee because I'm a little bit coffeeed out. I'm ready for a nap. I think. I want to be ready for a nap. But gotta get those sprints, dog. Jenna says, I had 1 technical interview so far. They asked me about algorithms and stuff. I bombed it. Oh, like that has me worried. Like I gotta get back on my algorithms. I haven't done them in like a month and a half. I felt like I was interviewing for Facebook. Yeah, they're meant to do that to you. They're meant to rattle you. I asked Madison Kana, who is one of my friends in San Francisco that I met through Facebook and Udacity, about hers, and she said, well, when her sister, who is a developer, like a senior developer, interviews people, it's not just about the code, it's also about the personality and your thought process and what you're doing. So being able to explain why you're doing something a certain way is critical. If you're looking for come on brain, if you're looking for some good algorithm courses, there's one from Stephen Grider. It's great. There's also another one on there. I think it's just called like algorithms, and I used it. It's from Scott something. I can't remember off the top of my head. My apologies. But I can also send those over to you if you want. Just remind me. Hit me up through a message, Jenna, and I'd be more than happy to. Mr. John says, I'm really bad at algorithms. Hey, I was too. I probably am rusty now that I've been off of them for a month and a half. It always takes me a minimum of an hour to solve. That's fine. You know what I did instead? Was like, instead of trying to solve a bunch on my own, I just went through the stuff and learned them and wrote them down. I learned them to the point where I could write them down on paper with a pencil. That's how well I learned the algorithms, and it wasn't like, hey, I really solved them. I think of it more like if you have kids and you've had to teach them how to read and write, well, you don't expect them to have a full paragraph from day one, right? And to have those thoughts on their own. Maybe they read a little bit. Maybe they copy their ABCs, and then maybe they copy down a sentence, and that's just getting that kind of feeling for it. So when you can do that, you can see a lot more of what's going on. Doing arrays, pushing, splitting, reverse joins, all those things. You start seeing how they're commonly used in algorithms, and then when you see a new problem, you can be like, oh yeah, I remember. Let me just split this and then reverse that, or split this and push into an array, and then like mix and match what you've learned. Does that help anyone? Let me know if that's helpful. That's what I found anyway. Learning algorithms and data structures is a whole nother beast. That's a little bit tougher for me. That is some bitter tea. John says, thanks for the advice. You are most certainly welcome, my friend. Look at it. It's getting a little bit of daylight out there, huh? Not too bad. I've been seeing dark all night. What does everyone got planned for the day? Let me know. I'm gonna sleep for 4 or 5 hours maybe, and then hit that React portfolio. That's what I've got planned. I can't wait because is there a nice sunrise by you? I guess. I mean, what is the sun anyway? It's just part of the screensaver because you spend so much time indoors. But I've been better. Jenna says, I was in LA last year and the sunrise and sunsets were beautiful. it's kind of lost upon me, and I know that's I need to get better at enjoying things other than code. But it's just like, yeah, it's a sunset, man. I would imagine they're just as good in Long Island. David Yang says, scanning for some stocks to swing trade for the week. In case you guys don't know, David's been all about learning about stocks. And the sun revealed a frosty landscape. Yeah, it's been cold here too. Well, my day is finished here. John, where are you from? Russia? Is that where it was? Let me know, John. I am, what, it's like 6 over there? Sorry about the wait there, guys. Just waiting for some comments to come in. Jenna says, no, not at all. The mountains and beach make it better. There are no mountains in Long Island. Hey, that sounds like my kind of place. Maybe not the best place to raise a family, though. Philippines. Mr. John is in the Philippines. Maybe you can say hi to Engineer Truth. I know he's over there all the time. For those of you who don't know, Engineer Truth did a bunch of videos on careers. So, especially his older videos are very popular with that stuff. Like Ikaro, how he likes my old video style. People change, so keep that in mind. I think I told you guys also, one of the things that I'm trying to do just to focus on being more healthy, which also actually plays into code and is a significant or is a huge benefit, and one of the reasons I've been doing this new thing is I've been eating less, just because I don't need to eat that much. I am very sedentary, and it's helped me a ton with sleep and coding. I was shocked. Like, my back doesn't hurt either. So definitely take care of your health. I know that's overstated, but wow, it made a huge difference. Well, I think we're going to call it here. I'll stick around for 5 more minutes. If you have a question, let me know now. And if you haven't left a like, I would appreciate it if you did like this content. Running helps as well, Mr. John says. Yeah, I need to get on that, but just eating less has helped because I don't have to do anything else. I just have to stop filling my face, which actually takes less time. So there. Yep. Jenna says, after sitting all day, I like to go to the gym. I would like that too. Tis not a luxury I have, which is okay. I'm okay with that because I'll work with what I got. Well, let's see. We got a couple minutes here. Yeah, if you find this information helpful, be sure to share it with someone you know. I do appreciate it. All right. 12 minutes. 12 minutes. I'm going to stick till 12 because I'm a finisher, darn it. I try to do these live streams every weekend, at least once for an hour. And why stop now? You know, it's only 12 minutes away. It helps with the watch time. It also helps with consistency. The only thing is I gotta figure out what to say when you guys aren't asking questions. So it's definitely a skill. Do you use RxJS, like Redux.js? Sometimes, like I use it. I don't use it all the time. I am not a React developer, but I'm striving to be. Use that React stuff more in more projects. David says, gotta run, brother. Good to see you again. Get some sleep when you can. Absolutely, David. Thanks for coming. I will get some sleep right after this. I'm going straight home because now I am feeling a little bit tired, which is great. Not Redux, reactive extensions. In that case, I'm gonna have to say no. I haven't used them, hey Abyss, but maybe I will. Observables, subjects, reactive extensions. Make me feel dumb here, hey Abyss. I'm supposed to know everything, but I don't know that. Oof. I don't know why I reach for that over and over and over again. Do you guys and gals like the like this new kind of live stream format where it's a little more relaxed, where I'm a little more loose? Or do you prefer when I try to keep it more professional? Let me know. For me, I've always wanted to be more like buttoned up, but the more I kind of do this, the more I realize that you gotta let your personality shine through, especially when you're doing so many videos at a time. So with the new videos I just did yesterday, I kind of opened up. Jenna says either way is cool. That's cool. I'm cool with that. But yeah, I'm trying to open up a little bit more, but not be so crazy outlandish. Like talk about, you know, my girlfriend and I splitting up. Mr. John says, I agree, Jenna creates, so he agrees with you. Well, that's good. Either way is good, because I don't want to be over the top, and at the same time, I don't want to be, what is it called, like a wet noodle, you know, boring. So, whew. There it goes. Do it again. Drinking that nasty tea. Got 9 minutes here. What do you guys want to ask me? Anything that you would like, as long as it's not super outlandishly ridiculous, I'd be happy to answer for you. Well, you know, it's not too bad. The phone isn't as bad without a tripod as I thought. I keep on saying this. I do like the phone format, because after you get off the phone on YouTube Live, it shows you how many people were there, who subscribed, how many hours of watch time you accrued. Let's see here. Yep, a little more sunlight coming out. Maybe it'll be out by the time I hit an hour here. What time is it anyway? I can't see it on the... Oh, there it is. It's 7:12 here in Idaho. And it's going to be a great day. I'm going to sleep most of it. I'm going to sleep about half the day because of the sprints that we were talking about. And still no one here. Not a lot of people come to the Starbucks on Sunday here, which is great. Great for you guys, because I can talk loud and look like a crazy person and be more animated. Well, we got about 2 more minutes here left on the live stream, but because I'm not seeing any any comments, I don't want to hold you up. If you're just waiting for me to blather on about YouTube or about how tired I am. It says favorite pizza toppings, cheese. I like cheese. What are they? And sausage. Not pepperoni, but like sausage. So, yeah, that's a good question. That's not too outlandish. Oh man, I could go for some pizza right now, but you must resist. I don't need it. I want to be healthy and ready to tackle the code. Mr. John says, I really hate pizza. They are too salty. Well, it's okay to be wrong, Mr. John, but you do like pizza, and you're in denial. No, I'm just messing with you, man. All right, so I'm gonna actually call it a day. I know I said I stay for an entire. Yeah, Jenna's right. In New York, the pizza is the best. Entire hour, but we've kind of unraveled into pizza toppings. So I appreciate you coming, and if you're watching this at a later time, feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to get to it. All right, everyone, thanks again, and I'll catch you next time as soon as I figure out how to shut this off. Later, Jenna. Have a good one.